Texas FMLA lawyers. Texas FMLA lawyers represent clients in FMLA claims. The Family Medical Leave Act, FMLA, is a federal law protecting employee rights to medical leave. The Family Medical Leave Act protects the right to return from leave to the same position you had before leave or a position similar to the one you held before leave. If your employer interferes with your FMLA rights or retaliates against you for exercising your FMLA rights, you are entitled to recover from your employer for lost pay, lost benefits, and other financial harm. Working with an FMLA attorney is critical to putting yourself in the best position to defend your rights against your employer's FMLA violations. FMLA Guidelines for Protected Medical Leave of Absence. FMLA protects the right of eligible employees of covered employees to take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave within a 12-month period. At the end of the Employee's Family Medical Leave Act protected leave, the employee must be restored to the same or similar position as he or she would have if not for the leave of absence. Employees are eligible for FMLA leave for the following reasons: the birth of a child and bonding with a newborn within 1 year of birth. Bonding time with a child placed in the employee's home due to foster care or adoption within 1 year of placement. The employee's serious medical condition that makes the employee unable to perform his or her job. A serious medical condition of a spouse, child, or parent. A qualifying exigency due to the employee's spouse, child, or parent is a military member on covered active duty. Additionally, an employee may receive up to 26 weeks of unpaid leave for care of a military service member with a serious injury or illness if the employee is the child, spouse, parent, or next of kin to the service member. FMLA leave periods may be continuous or intermittent. Texas employees may take continuous periods of FMLA leave, whether it is one single block of leave or several long continuous periods. Employees in Texas may also take intermittent leave under FMLA. Intermittent FMLA leave includes shorter periods of leave, such as full or partial day absences. An employee might take intermittent leave for scheduled medical treatment or short-term flare-ups of a serious medical condition. FMLA eligibility for medical and family leave. Texas employees are eligible for FMLA leave if they meet each of 3 conditions. The employee is an eligible employee under FMLA. The employer is a covered employer under FMLA. The employee has a qualifying reason for FMLA leave. Visit this page to learn more about the specifics of FMLA eligibility. When an employee requests FMLA leave, the employer often requests the Texas employee complete FMLA forms including medical certification of a serious health condition. At this time, the employer will typically calculate whether the employee meets the other requirements for Family Medical Leave Act leave. The employee's failure to provide the required certification can result in the employer appropriately denying FMLA leave. The employer may also violate the employee's rights under the statute by improperly denying leave despite the employee timely and completely providing certification to the employer. FMLA violations in Texas. FMLA interference. FMLA makes it unlawful for any employer to interfere with, restrain, or deny the exercise of or the attempt to exercise the employee's FMLA rights. These claims are strict liability claims. The employer's intent is irrelevant. A violation occurs when the employer interferes with the employee's rights even if the employer was unaware its conduct was unlawful. If your employer interferes with your FMLA leave, then you should contact an employment lawyer right away to discuss your options. FMLA Retaliation. FMLA retaliation occurs when an employer takes adverse action against the employee for requesting or taking FMLA leave. In a retaliation claim, the employee must prove the employer took adverse action against the employee because the employee exercised his or her FMLA rights. The employee must prove what happened and why it happened. FMLA remedies. You have remedies under the Family Medical Leave Act if your employer refuses to grant a legitimate request for FMLA or takes adverse action because you took FMLA leave. The most common remedy for a Family Medical Leave Act violation is recovering a monetary award for lost compensation and other financial harm. An employee can also recover liquidated damages under the Family Medical Leave Act. You can also recover attorney's fees and court costs. If an employee was removed from a position following FMLA leave or a request for leave, the employee may also reinstatement, but this is a less common remedy. Schedule a consultation with a Texas FMLA lawyer. If you have concerns about taking family leave or medical leave, then you should talk to an experienced FMLA lawyer about your concerns right away. If you wait until your employer denies leave, then you may find yourself in a difficult situation. Let your employment lawyer advise you on the right steps to take to protect your rights. Similarly, if you believe your employer wrongfully denied or interfered with your FMLA rights, then you should contact an employment lawyer right away.